So Marvin Vettori has started to notice certain things. He started to notice certain things in society and in life. Now, if you've been living under a rock, you know that a horrible situation happened in Charlotte where a Ukrainian refugee girl was brutally killed by the usual suspect. Ernia Zarutska, stabbed in the throat, in the neck, left to die and bleed out in a train or in a bus. And yeah, it's blowing up on social media. Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy right now on Twitter. Like, holy shit. If Elon Musk never bought Twitter, bro, this wouldn't even be a story. Nobody would talk about it. And I think it helps too because there's video of it. But still, like, the Overton window is shifting so hard, and I don't want this channel to be super political. I promise it's not going to be super duper political. But every once in a while, I'll probably make a video like this. You know, I do make one video a day. And some days, I just run out of ideas. Some days I'm thinking like, well, you know, I've got some ideas that I can do, but it would be like a super long 50-minute video. And then I just get a little lazy. But yeah, I'm making this video. Marvin Vettori, he said, fuck all of these people. This shit is getting out of hand. They control everything. Fuck these. I don't want to say it because I'm going to get my channel banned. I'll read it in his voice, okay? I'll read it in his voice. Fuck all of these people. This shit is getting out of hand. They control everything. Fuck these Ashkenazi Jews that want to control over the world. Here, I said it. Now, what do the Ashkenazi tribe have anything to do with this murder? This murder was done by a Cedric Dumas clone. Has nothing to do with them. Well, that's where the noticing comes in. If you know, you know. Don't check the early life section of who runs certain media organizations. Okay, just don't check the early life section, man. The New York Times. Now, I don't know, like George Floyd. 5,897 searches. Trayvon Martin, Kilmar Brego Garcia. Is that 56 or 500? Just 56. Daniel Penny, 100. And then this girl, Ernia Zarutska. Now, I'm sure that by the time I go in the New York Times, it's got to be, they have to say something at this point. There can't, because this shit has blown up. Like, everybody's talking about it right now. Or maybe that's just the algorithm playing with my mind. Maybe the algorithm on Twitter makes it so that everybody's talking about it. Which, I mean, Twitter's a big social media company, so surely everybody has to be watching the horrible videos. Because here's the thing, like, I've seen some horrible fucking shit. Like, I've seen horrible cartel videos where people's faces get skinned alive and they wear them as masks. Chainsaw videos. Like, when Live Leak used to be a thing on 4chan. On combat footage, Funker 530, seeing these war videos in Ukraine, seeing Russian soldiers get blown up by drone drop grenades and FPV drones and landmines. Like, horrible fucking shit. The stuff that's happening in Gaza, horrible shit. But for some reason, you know, in war, like, I don't feel anything seeing a Russian soldier get blown up. It's not the same feeling, because, like, okay, you're an invader. You invaded another country, you deserve to get blown up. When you see, like, her eyes literally look up in disbelief and innocence. And for some reason, watching that video, it just filled me with, it seared my heart. And so people are mad, and they should be mad. They have a right to be mad because this is a fucking career criminal, man. Career criminal. I know there's an MMA channel, but, you know, Marvin Vettori decided to chime in, so I'm going to talk about Marvin Vettori. I'm going to talk about Marvin Vettori and his tweet. Is what Marvin Vettori said, is this true? This statement, this accusation, this whatever you want to call it, is this true? Of course it is! How the fuck is that even a question? How the fuck is that even a question, man?
How the fuck is that even a question? How the fuck is that even a fucking question, man? A question.
In all of the institutions that matter to run a civilization, the media is a very important pillar. Some people say that the media is the fourth branch of the government. The media, banking is very important. Foreign policy, which countries we decide to give our attention to give our resources and our diplomatic cover to, and which countries we don't. Does the United States give a lot of attention to Madagascar? No. Does the United States give a lot of attention to, I don't know, Guinea-Bissau? No. To Bolivia? No. To Serbia? No. Does the United States give a lot of attention to Israel? Yes. In all aspects. The United States gives a lot of attention to Israel. Diplomatically, militarily, economically, everything. Culturally. Why is this the case? Maybe because certain people in high positions of power in our institutions cover for their own. Maybe, just maybe. The great noticing continues, and Marvin Vettori, let's look at some of these comments, huh? So this guy, and look, I've noticed that on Twitter, the more like controversial tweets, they go on the top. Marvin, King CTE retard, what the fuck does a black person stabbing a white lady on a bus have to do with we'll call them the Jays. We'll call them the Jays because I don't want the YouTube algorithm to pick it up. You absolute fucking moron, please explain the thought process that ended up here. Well, it does have to do with them. It does have to do with them because they overwhelmingly, not completely, it's not a hegemony, but it's close to it. They overwhelmingly control the media apparatus. They do. If South Africa, apartheid South Africa and the white people there, the white minority there, was going around killing and slaughtering black South Africans, do you think the United States would support it in the same way that it supports Israel killing all the Palestinians? No. No. The Israelis are the only ethnic group in the entire world that gets a pass on it. If this was happening in any other part of the world, the United States would either condemn it or would diplomatically condemn it but do nothing. Like, in Rwanda in the 90s. We didn't do anything to stop that genocide, but also we didn't help the Hutus, It's not like we armed the Hutus and we diplomatically covered for them. It was an atrocity and, I'm sure there was condemnation, but we didn't go out and stop them. The reason why we cover for them is because they themselves, triple parentheses, they have hijacked all of our institutions that matter. And this is going to be the first controversial video on my channel, and I promise I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to be, making these types of videos every single day. I'm not. But Marvin's right. Marvin's right. Il duce, Marvin Mussolini. Il duce, man. Marvin, he's on a 3-fight losing streak. Who should he fight next? They're not going to cut him yet. But if he loses a 4th time, they're going to cut him from the sport, from the UFC. Who should Marvin fight next? Marvin Vettori. Dana, you have to book this fight. You know who else has lost their 3 last fights in the UFC? You know who else is also in the middleweight division? That's right. Michel Pereira. The Zionist himself. Marvin Vettori versus Michel Pereira. Michel Pereira is Brazilian. He's not even an Israeli, yet he flies the fucking flag. Book the fight. Book the fight. Mid versus mid. Like, I know Vettori, he's got the best chin in the sport right now. He does. You can't deny that. He's got, like, all of his attribute points have just went on his fucking chin. And then everything else, his fight IQ, his striking, his wrestling, grappling, everything. But his chin, he's got the Il Duce chin. He's got that Mussolini chin, man. Book this fight. Pereira's looks shit. He hasn't done any of his backflips in a while. Fucking Kyle Dawkins knocked him out in the first round. Book this fight. And keep noticing, my friends. Keep noticing. And remember, like and subscribe. And most importantly, never relax. Not even for a second. Never relax. Peace out, my friends. Subscribe.